welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And we do have a full moon on our hands, which is full moon in Aquarius, that it is happening at the 9th of August, almost 4 a.m. in the morning, 3:55 to be exact. That is Eastern Standard Time, EST. And the degree is going to be 17 degrees in the sign of Aquarius. So that is going to be the moment when the moon is going to become full. And this phase of the moon, which is a waning moon, it will be all the way up until the 23rd of August. Looking my calendar here, early in the morning again, 2:06, the moon will become new in Virgo. The degree is 0 degree and 23 minutes. So just as the moon enters in Virgo, it will become new. Good morning, News Devon. So that is what we're going to examine today through my tarot cards, that waning phase of the moon from the full moon to the new moon one. And the first thing that I'm doing, as per usual, that is the collective reading. The cards for it I drew a few hours ago. You can see me holding them at the thumbnail, and that's the place where you can examine them for yourself if you wish. I'm going to show them to you in any case. And the first one that I drew, that is a 4 of Pentacles, followed by the second one, which stands for the 9 of Cups. Hello, Britt. It's 3 a.m. here, so it's quite of a difference into the time zones. 3 of Wands, it is the third one. And I have titled that waning phase of the moon to sustain or to secure your happiness. Let me see the exact title I gave. To ensure your happiness, or to ensure thy happiness. And that is going to be because throughout these, how many days? 14 days. We have to, that is more of a guidance reading here, because we're going to have all the means throughout those 14 days. Hello, Darla. Welcome to the stream. First time seeing you here, or maybe I just don't remember you, but glad you're around. So throughout those 14 days, we're going to have all the means and the chances to take a precautionary measures to ensure the things that are make us happy. Hello, Amelia. Welcome to the stream. So should the job makes us happy, then we are gonna have at that place, you know, that field there, all the means to ensure that that is going to be the job we are going to work for a very long time. If our relationship makes us happy, then we're going to have the means to ensure the longevity of that relationship. And those means are going to be completely accustomed to us. And that's why this is going to be a transit of the moon, through which we are going to ensure the future of the stuff, of everything that does makes us happy. That could be a hobby, relationship, a job, a friendship, you know, you name it. But only those things which makes us happy. There is going to be one issue though, and the issue lies within the 3 of Wands, next to the 4 of Pentacles, those 2 cards. Okay. And this combo particularly, it's very common into the little children. When no matter how much you feed them with, say, toys, with, say, gadgets, with, say, video games, for example, they always strive for something bigger. They always strive for something more. And throughout the next couple of weeks, we may end up being tempted, or even beguiled, if you will, into taking on a bigger challenge than, or a bigger thing, say, than one that makes us happy. Say if our job right now makes us happy, we may strive for a bigger position or for a bigger job, betting on, risking the current position we do have that makes us happy. Hello, Yasmin. Welcome to the stream. And this is going to be quite of a uncalculated move, to say the least. Not that will pose a necessary danger, okay, into the sources of of this happiness, but it will definitely make things far harder than they need to be. Hello, Jen. Welcome to the stream. So the mandatory thing throughout the next couple of weeks, as far as our day-to-day routine goes, because the moon, as long as, or just as much as it answers to what kind of emotions we're going to have throughout the next couple of weeks, it also stands for the day-to-day routine. So into the day-to-day routine, it will be best if we bet and focus on those things, those activities that we like, and they are inseparable part of our lives. Should that be, again, your relationship, then that's the place you need to focus on. That's the thing you need to focus on, and take any precautionary measures in order to sustain it, in order to, whenever an issue arises or some kind of an exterior influence tries to sway things in one way or another, you to be ready and negate it right there and right then. And that way we all, by the end of these couple of weeks, will enter into the new stage of the moon, which then is going to be waxing moon, with something we can say and we can name our own, and that no one can take it away from us. And it's going to be a thing that is going to make our lives feel full, feel sensational, feel joyful, and it will keep us going. Even if there isn't anything else that's worth living for, at least one thing after this waning moon is going to be one of those things that it worth living for it. Hello, Brett. That's amazing. So what, you are celebrating lunar birthday? I don't know how to name it, but that's awesome. All right, so a few notes about the show before I do move forward here. There are going to be 12 readings, one for each star sign. The readings are going to be just as this one. And I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start with Aries and I'm going to end up with Pisces. And bear in mind that these are going to be generalized readings, so you will have to align them to your situation, and that way you will have a better picture. What kind of experience you're going to have throughout those couple of weeks as far as your day-to-day routine is concerned. And also bear in mind that it is important to listen also to your moon sign and as well to your rising sign, because yes, the sun sign is going to show you what kind of events are going to happen to you, what kind of difficulties you may face, if any, or opportunities that are going to open up for you, under what environment your undertakings are going to develop. But the moon sign is going to show you how you're going to feel facing those things, whether you're going to hate the opportunities or not because they are not of your liking, whether you are going to slumber under the pressure of the difficulties, or you are going to take them as a challenge and grow under their weight, and so on and so forth. While your rising sign is more of a guidance. It shows you what is going to be the best way you can handle stuff around, what kind of behavior is going to be best to be exerted in any given situation, so on and so forth. So it's important to listen to all three, and that way you can more personalize the forecasts that I'm going to give you, and know better personally to you how that lunar transit is going to affect you. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show, you can support it by subscribing for the channel. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment on the video as well. If you feel the need to do so, and if you think that these videos can help someone you know, you can also share it with them. You can have a personal reading also at my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And if you do wish to support the channel financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal, which link you can also find in the description down below. And anyone who does so is going to have a reading at the end of the stream that is guaranteed, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. And also News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you, News Devon. Thank you, girls. So at the end of the stream, you both are going to have a personalized reading. Yasmin, as you don't have any inquiry, yours is going to be what you are going to face as an event throughout these couple of weeks, the most important event throughout these couple of weeks, and also how that event is going to affect you personally. While News Devon, she wants to know what she needs to know. What is that she needs to know? So the first star sign that I'm going to read for, that will be Aries. Here you can keep up with what star sign I'm reading for through the glyph being displayed right there. Currently Aries glyph, and also illustration of Aries star sign. So for Aries, the first one, that will be Death, followed by the second card here of a Queen of Wands, and the third one, that will be Five of Cups. Yep, you should listen. The sun sign is the most important one, but the others are going to give you deeper insight, you know, how you're going to go through and what kind of effect those events are going to have on you. Because, you know, the sun sign may predict separation, but you're not going to know whether you want that separation or not. The moon sign is going to tell you that, because it will tell you whether you're going to feel good or bad from that separation, right? And the rising sign is going to tell you what you can make out of it. So it's important to listen to all three. Right, back to Aries. There is something about to leave you. Talking about separation here, that could be very well the case for you, Aries, but there is something that is to leave you in the next couple of weeks, and that severance which you're gonna go through is not without your own contribution. Actually, at least according to these cards, your decisions led to that. And at the given moment that you are going to experience this separation, you will be very disappointed, and even you are going to have that sense that you have lost something major in your life. And this is just a sense. These disappointments, or that disappointment that you're going to experience, the loss as well, just temporary. Okay, just temporary, because after that, after you go through this experience, you heal from it. It's going to happen quite quickly, actually. Then you will see that there is a much, and also experience that there is a much bigger happiness for you moving forward. So basically what happens, it is a one dysfunctional enterprise gets replaced with a functional one of the same kind. Like one dysfunctional relationship with another, like one dysfunctional project with another, or one dysfunctional job with another, friend with another, and so on and so forth. And here lies, you know, of what you need to do, Aries, exactly nothing, because you're going to have the capacity and also the understanding how can you borrow its time, meaning extend it, prolong it into the future, maintaining this dysfunctional enterprise in your life, and keeping up with the dead weight that you are carrying for a quite some time, according to these cards, the very least. And that is something that you shouldn't do at all. So there is going to be a major replacement from a one thing that it is just making you feel bad, I would say it that way, but you do have a sentimental value to it, into a thing that is far more productive, and it gives you a lot more room to grow. Right, so next one, that will be Taurus. Oh, you're welcome, Brett. For Taurus, Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Death. For you, actually comes quite the opposite, Taurus. Because what will happen in the next couple of weeks, I was about to say couple of days, but actually couple of weeks, is that an enterprise of yours is going to become very difficult. Whether your relationship will become very difficult, or I don't think that this is about relationship, some kind of a social endeavor may become very difficult for you as well to be a part of, or a project at work may become super difficult to you to be a part of as well, or to go along with its patterns, so to speak. And you're going to be on a verge of quitting. Hey, MT, welcome to the stream. I'm quite well, actually. Not as sleepy as previous live streams. I am quite well, thank you. I hope that the rest here are also in a very good condition. So, you're going to be on the verge of quitting it. And at that point, you will experience mental cruelty, aka someone is going to insult you for it. You know, that you are, for example, a coward and you want to quit it, or that you stand for nothing because you're quitting it, and so on and so forth. And the thing is that this mental cruelty will be meant to take you down, right? Truly hurt you. But what it's going to do instead is mobilize you. And the worse the cruelty is, the mental cruelty is, the bigger mobilization you're going to you're gonna adopt. And at least according to these cards, you're going to take that as a personal challenge, right? And again, the bigger the cruelty, the better the results. It is what you're going to accomplish from that challenge, because there is no doubt in my mind here, looking at those cards, that you will end up victorious. It's just that person is going to awake something in you, something that maybe you even didn't have an idea you possess. And oh boy, the progress you will accomplish under that. It's just, you know, the kickstart will be a bit rough for you, Taurus. Okay, next one, that will be Gemini. How are you doing, MT? Queen of Wands for Gemini. Then it is a Page of Cups. And the third one, that will be Six of Cups. So the new moon for you is going to manifest as a person of a certain authority, or a someone that you will going to like from a first sight. It's just is gonna be a person that it is so attractive that you will just instantly gonna fall for them. That individual will be unwilling to change and also is not for the small things in life either. So, for example, that is someone who expects clean win and nothing in between. There is no compromises for them, and they aren't willing to negotiate at all, right? They aren't willing to adapt. And these people are also quite prone to be stuck into the irritating details rather than to see into the big picture. So that is someone that I think you Gemini are gonna have a lot of difficulties with and a lot of troubles with, because they will expect from you constant, again, winning, a constant results without any compromises whatsoever. And that's why I don't think that this is about attraction at all. This is more of a say, employer-employee connection, okay, or a client and producer, a connection or interaction or a relationship that you are gonna have to fit with their, you know, with their demands, so to speak, or for what they are saying. And the worst of all that, it is that they will simply gonna know all the time, you know, how to basically press you and how to push the button. So you are for quite of a ride here with this one. I mean, that isn't someone that you can simply trifle with. Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you, Taco. Let me put you into the list. That's all right, mate. That's great, Mattia. Empty, thank you for the 20. I'm just reading now your inquiry. Okay, I get it. And by the way, Taco, the pictures that you had sent me from Colombia, let's just say that it's a place I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind living at all in it. So yeah, it's quite happy for you, mate, that you have finally made it. Right, next one, that will be Cancer. But yeah, the pizzas, they look like the pizzas you can have here on every corner. I don't know if it is uh, you know, communist thing, because Colombia, it was, I think it was under a communist regime. But I haven't seen them anywhere into the Western world, those kind of pizzas that you have showed me. Uh, for Cancer, first one, 10 of Cups, followed by 5 of Cups, and then the third one, that will be 5 of Pentacles. So it's a couple of weeks in which you will recognize your own mistakes and you will strive to fix them. For example, recognize that, you know, your diet isn't right, or your exercises isn't right, you know, or your behavior with someone isn't right, and so on and so forth. I think it is that it's a matter of a personal style in these departments, a style of eating, a style of exercising, you know, a style of behavior as well, style of doing your work, your job, and recognizing that most of the difficulties you are facing on day-to-day routine, it is for the big part because of, you know, that certain style. And like I said, you're going to strive to fix that particular style. The initial process is going to be very, very rough. The circumstances or the consequences of following changing your lifestyle are gonna be quite rough to handle. It's just you are going to be emotionally down for some time here. But once you undergo that process, at least according to these cards, Cancer, it does look like that you are going to be quite happy with the result, very, very satisfied and fulfilled with, with the situation that you're going to find yourself in. And at that point, your life, either slowly, progressively, or just all of a sudden, is going to start worth living again. And at least at that point, you will have no other need from anything else but your current undertakings. So you learn basically, how to go along and enjoy life uh, with what the life presents to you currently. Next, Leo. And MT, let me put you into the list because I almost forgot. And put your inquiry in. Okay. Right, first one, Page of Pentacles for Leo, followed by Six of Swords, and the third one, that will be the Empress. So this phase of the moon, that waning phase of the moon, will manifest as a person. You may know that person, you may just meet them throughout the next couple of weeks, but this person is going to happen to be very, very devoted to you. And at least in their estimation, they will consider that your relationship with them, whether a friendship, whether acquaintance, or whether some kind of a romance is developing in between you two. In fact, that is a very possible that this person, it is a friend being very devoted to you and having more than just friendship feelings towards you. And in these couple of weeks, they are to try to make advances, and trying, it is the key word here. So what you're going to experience, it is that this person will try to prove themselves how devoted they are to you, and that they consider your relationship with them, or their relationship with you, one of the most valuable things for them at first. Then they are going to withdraw, and then they're gonna come back and do a move, and they are going to colossally fail with it. And the withdrawing back, it is just so they can plan how to go about, say, their emotions that they do have for you, or how they want to cash in on the worth that they're seeing, whether emotional worth, whether monetary worth, whether financial one, and they're going to colossally fail here. They will not going to be able to just, they will freeze, right? They're going to choke, and it falls to you whether you're going to take the bar or take the cue and try to help them go forward and traverse that threshold that they just gonna choke on. If you decide not to play along, then nothing is gonna come out of this. If you do decide to play along, well, then there is a potential friendship to transform in relationship, or to transform into a business partnership, or to transform into something more than just a friendship, like for example being a family figure, that person, or family alike figure, like taking them as a brother or as a sister, brother from another mother, for example, and so on and so forth. So the very least here for you, Leo, that lunar transit is going to gift you with a very devoted follower, companion, that want to be something more than just a friend with you. Next one, that will be Virgo. The Empress, Queen of Wands, King of Swords, that phase of the moon, or I would say within the next 14 days, you will put the brakes on something, because it will come to your attention that there is um, something very wrong with the strategy that it is pretty much exerted. That the process is gonna make or create more problems than actually is gonna solve, and that the attempts, the actions taken are not exactly appropriate, so to suit everyone involved. And that's why what is going to happen is that you're going to put some brakes, for example, on your current relationship, because it isn't going um, as well as you want to go, or you may put some brakes on your hobby because it is not producing as well as you want to produce. Put some brake on your some friendship, and so on and so forth, and withdraw from that, from the midst of all that. So you can obtain more objective perspective on the matter. And once you return, because you will return in a couple of days, maybe in a week, but you will return with a solution to the situation that is gonna serve everyone. It's gonna serve you, everyone else involved, and the situation itself. And that will allow you, not just only you, but also everyone involved, to make a solid plans for the distant future. So here you are ensuring the longevity of an important asset of yours, an important relationship, or important alliance, or important friendship, maybe important job as well. And that will happen because you're going to identify that it's just the whole collective swayed from the right way. Okay, next, that will be Libra. The Devil, Seven of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Not much to be said for Libra, because that will be a couple of weeks in which pretty much whatever you say go. Those cards are saying nothing but that you will gonna have all the means necessary, or and also the influence to satisfy your needs, right? Your yearnings. If you yearn for money, you're gonna have a means to secure the money you need, right? If you need love, then you're gonna have the means to secure one for yourself. If you need, you know, to have sex, then you're gonna have the means to secure one for yourself. The thing with, or the key here are the means. Some of those means may not be exactly um, amiable, but instead they could be really, really malicious. And it's up to you whether you're going to put them to action or not. The advice here of the cards for you, Libra, is to put into action only those means that are not altering others' faith. So you aren't messing with anyone else's life, but your own. Okay, next, that will be Scorpio. Ace of Pentacles. It's almost hard to believe it. Yeah, it is almost hard to believe it. Six of Cups. Four of Cups. I don't know, even if I see it will be hard for me to believe it. So basically, this waning moon, waning phase of the moon, for Scorpio is going to be like a holy grail. That's going to be the time in which we Scorpio are going to establish harmoniously flowing relationships and quite gainful, materially gainful, I mean, business endeavors. This is going to be the transit in which we all, as a Scorpio, going to have a super rare opportunity to further our grand goal and our grand ambition, okay, and our grand I don't know, grand target, if you will. So, at least according to these cards, these are going to be a couple of weeks filled with success, content, um, exhilaration, glee, happiness, and you name it. And the thing that I don't believe in, it is that according to these cards, we ain't gonna even break a sweat for it. Okay, it's just gonna come super easy with just the ordinary actions, ordinary words, and it will feel like it's a walk in the park, which is something, like I said, very hard for me to believe. And what is even more harder for me to believe is that this good fortune is just a half of it, meaning that there is a even better possibility and better opportunity that is going to be lurking around us. But because we're going to be so satisfied with this opportunity to further our goal, we have, or I can't even call it a danger, but there is a possibility for us to miss it, right? So take it as you will, but that should be one of the most amazing couple of weeks, at least for this year, that we are going to have as a Scorpio. Right, next, Sagittarius. Ten of Swords. Five of Wands. Queen of Wands. A very unexpected good fortune. It what awaits you, and what this waning moon will manifest for you, or in what this waning moon is going to manifest in you. And let me tell you a story. A person applies for a job, and the interviewee tells them, you know what, you you look very promising, and I'm gonna call you next week, Monday next week. And you know, you are quite happy of it. It does look like they're gonna hire you because they gave you all the indications that that is going to be the case. And then Monday comes about and nobody calls. Monday of the next week comes about and nobody calls. And then comes Wednesday and that person calls, tells you, you know what, the spot is open and it is yours if you want it, but you gotta tell me now. You either take it, leave it. So it's unexpected good fortune that you have to take on a whim, right? It's not something you can think about. It's presented at some point in the next couple of weeks, and you gotta give your answer right there and right then. And it is something you cannot go back from, but instead it is all doubling down from there on moving forward. The only thing that I can tell you here is that you are going to be fully capable to capitalize on this stay opportunity and see it to the very end. If that's a job, you are going to be fully equipped to be brilliant at the job. That is just for example. If it is a relationship, you are fully equipped to answer the needs of that relationship. Another thing that I want to touch on those cards, if it is a place you want to escape from, say you want to escape from your current relationship or your current job, right, or some kind of an influence, then these are going to be the weeks that you are going to have your means to escape from all these things. But it is going to be a one chance opportunity or one chance of a window, and you either take it or you leave it. You don't get to stall and you don't get to think about it. It's just, you know, with the snap of your fingers on a whim, you gotta render your verdict. You gotta render your decision there. Okay, next, Capricorn. Yeah, I hope so too, MT. I hope so too. That's why I said it's very hard for me to believe that this is what's going to take place, but who knows? Yeah, for Scorpio. Page of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Four of Swords. I don't know if I should be happy for you or sorry for you. Now, this waning phase will manifest for you in support. You will basically gonna get the help you need to further your growth and to further your development in your job or in your relationship. It's going to be individualized for every single one of you Capricorns, but this help is going to have their own way, which is going to be different than yours, and your way is going to be heavily critiqued. So you will receive a lot of criticism, for example, from a mentor that will be in the field that you're trying to have a breakthrough in, and they will basically criticize every single move you made thus far and every single move that you're planning to make. Now, the good thing is that this is going to be a constructive criticism. So as they are going to tell you that what you are planning to do is quite silly and quite stupid and it's just not going to produce the results that you are hoping for, they're also going to give you the recipe how to do it. So it's not just, you know, a statement of you suck and nothing else, not even telling you why they think you suck. But this is going to annoy you very much, right? Because you can't even negotiate with them. They ain't gonna listen your side of the story. They ain't gonna listen your version. They ain't gonna listen to your arguments. It is you either take you are either gonna take their arguments or you are on your own. Just as Trump said to Zelensky at that interview, right? Without us, you're either gonna do as we say or you are on your own. That's pretty much the type of support you are gonna get from these in these couple of weeks. You of course have a chance to deny it or to refuse it. It's entirely up for you. What you need to know here is that this support, this alliance is gonna form a quite of a fruitful cooperations that will truly gonna get the job done, but you're gonna have to do it the way that you have been told doing it. So can you do that? It's the question. Next, Aquarius. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, that's nice, Jen. I mean, it's good thing you're busy. The Empress. And there is the Emperor. I gotta check the word that I want to use here because I'm not sure that I am using the right word for that. Hold on a second. And I do apologize for all of you that are watching. English ain't my native, and there are some expressions that I just can't convey. So, hmm. Oh, that sounds so silly. A balance sheet? Do you use that for like weighing past events, you know, to make a balance sheet so you can reach some conclusions of your previous choices? That sounds so silly to use it that way. Anyway, what happens here is that you're gonna look back in your recent past and make a balance sheet of how much you gave against how much you took, right? Or how much you received. And I don't think that you're gonna like the answer of that. This is gonna make you take a step back and stop being that much involved into certain stuff, like that much involved with a certain friendship or that much involved with you know, the well-being of the company you're working for, that much involved with someone else's problems and so on and so forth. So you're gonna have a quite of a time for a respite. or respite in these couple of weeks from others' influences, you know, from other people problems. And it's a good thing, Aquarius, because you're going to stop being so much reliable, or reliant rather, no, reliable to other people. And so they ain't going to be that much reliant on you either. As a result, you will restore the balance in between the giving and taking. And you're going to start giving just as much as you are going to take from one thing or another. And that sense of kind of like working too hard for very little gain, that sense that you're giving it all in a friendship and you are just not seeing it from the other side, that sense that you are loving your partner more than they're loving you is going to go away, because that balance again in between the giving and taking is going to be restored for you. And so your day-to-day routine is about to loosen up and become much more enjoyable than it is right now. Okay, and last but not least, that will be Pisces. Okay, for Pisces, Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords. I'm sorry, not four, but Two of Swords. And it is Queen of Swords. So you're going to be pressed with a decision in these couple of weeks. Whether you're going, and the decision is going to be whether you're going to stay or you're going to go. Whether you're going to keep the job or you're out. Okay, whether you're going to make a commitment or speak no more. Okay, whether you're going to marry or you just go along on your own. So it's going to be a definitive decision that you're going to be pressed on making that will determine whether you are going to, again, have a whether you're going to ensure having a field of your life or you're going to have to start from scratch. And you're going to hate it at the time because, at least according to these cards, you will not going to be, you're not going to feel that you are remotely ready to make such a choice. Reason? Information. That you don't have the necessary information to do it. Hello, Jasmine. Welcome to the stream. Shona say, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Shona say. Let me put you into the list. One second. And also, Kenny, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Kenny. So, Shona say, let me put you into the list. Let me see your inquiry. Jasmine, thank you for the 20 as well. Thank you, Jasmine. Let me put you into the list also. do I need to know? All right. All right. So, again, the reason information is that you don't know or what you are getting involved yourself with as much as you would like, and what kind of a forces, for a lack of better expression here, you're going to face in the future. That's one thing. And the other reason why you're going to hate it is because there are going to be other possibilities around you, and you're just going to be pressed of taking one of them because it's going to go away otherwise, and it's just the door for that possibility is going to be closed for you, and that fear of missing out is going to kick in. And so I do think that most of you are going to take that possibility, which isn't a bad one by any extent here. It just is the safest one out there. And for those of you Pisces who are seeking thrill, who are seeking passion, enthusiasm, there are certainly going to be better choices. But for those of you who are finally seeking something to settle on, and something that they can feel certain and secure about, that is definitely the best choice you can make. So that's going to be for the 12 star signs. And now, super chat is going to take place. Just give me a minute. Mm. Right, so Yasmin goes first. Those are your cards, Yasmin. Let me take the Pisces sign down, like that. So those are your cards. And this waning moon, the primary situation and event for you is some kind of either business trip or a work with a person that is not in the same place you are, say not in the same city you are, and you will not gonna know the whole truth, or you're not gonna have the whole information about the venture or about the adventure, I would say. And the negative part about that is that you will not going to be able to plan or to juggle around, okay, if you know what I mean, with the rest of your tasks and the rest of your responsibilities. So you're always going to have that readiness to jump into action whenever you're called upon. And it's kind of like you will be a little bit on the edge with this one. However, that either business trip or work with someone that is, away from you, like in another state or in another city or even in another state, will deliver some rewards. These rewards could be a influence, like a recognition, or they could be also a monetary reward. But these rewards are going to allow you to make a plans for your career, and these are not going to be a short-term plans either. They are going to be a long-term plans for that. That reward could be a job offer for all we know. Right, next, Taco. You're welcome, Yasmin. You're most very welcome. Those are your cards, Taco. I mean the Lenormand card. So what we do have is a social for a long time child, a bond. I think that you will, or rather like a child will befriend you and you will form a quite of a long-term bond. A child of a friend of yours or someone that you're gonna meet, or just, you may meet that child in a public and or through work, because I don't know what you're working, but or through work, and you will form quite of a bond together. So that is going to be the most important event for you in this waning moon. So let's have a look how this is going to affect you. There is one more interpretation of it, but I'm not allowed to tell it here on YouTube due to community guideline concerns. So I will email you. So those are the cards. This interaction with the child is going to serve as a big example of yours, and is going to help you overcome things that you do regret, like decisions that you do regret, actions that you do consider are losing actions, stuff you lost, and so on and so forth. And that will allow you to change your perspective on things and on life as well. That will make life way more easier for you to live in, and far less complicated, for lack of better words. this relationship with that child is gonna pretty much serve as a guide how to, so to speak, how to structure your life. I don't want to tell you how to live it, but definitely how to structure it and what comes next. And your perspective on things definitely is going to change for the better and is going to become more in tune with your surroundings right now. So you will definitely adapt to the place you are in at that point. And I will email you with the other interpretation of these cards, because I can't discuss it here in YouTube. Okay, next. That will be empty. So you want to know whether the situation is going to be fixed. All right, Jasmine, thank you for the inquiry. Um, I will have a look into it. Those are the cards to your question, MT. The issue will be fixed, yes. Temporary, though. It's gonna be just a patch. And that isn't because anyone is slacking, okay? In fact, according to these cards, um, the people that are involved with the patch, with the fix, let me see how you phrased your question. Just give me a second. So the existing problem, yeah, it's going to be taken care of, but just temporary. Like I said, it's going to be a patch, and the people that is taking care for the problem are going to work really, really hard, but they can work with what they are given to, okay? And the entity that it is giving them, for example, the tools, the materials, or let's say that they could have done better, right? So yes, it will be fixed. It's gonna be just a patch, but the fix should hold for a very long time, at least according to these cards. Okay, it should hold years before it needs to be fixed again. So for now, the very least, your concerns with that issue should be satisfied when the fix is applied. All right, next, Shaughnessy, what do I need? What do I need to know is the inquiry. You're welcome, MT. Good night, MT. Hope you have a great one. I want to say, I want to ask you something before I get to the interpretation. Are you making some small renovations at home, or whether you have changed your place or something in your place recently? I'm just gonna wait for a minute for you to respond before I get into it, because that's important. Oh yeah, okay. I don't know what gazebo is, but those are the cards for you. And what they say here is that maybe while it wasn't the most pleasant thing, it saved you from something unhealthy, maybe an injury, maybe some kind of infection, because the first impression of mine was, um, ah, no, I'm not. I am far from that, MT. For those of you who doesn't know, you can check that woman. She passed away. Okay, yeah. So, Shona say the first impression that I had, it's because the other system here shows that the small improvements in your home actually ended up or prevented, so to speak, um, a uh, health related concerns that you were about to have. Okay, so you need to know is that you have made the right thing, although it wasn't the pleasant thing around. That is from the Lover's card here. It's an enemy to the Six of Pentacles, which is the exact place where you need to be right now. And this improvement or a fix, as you mentioned it, because I thought that first it's just an improvement, but it is a fix as per your statement. This fix is not just only going to last, but the more it stays, the more you're gonna like the result of it. And if you can be proud of a screen porch, you will end up being proud of yours. Okay, just how it worked out and how it's about to be right now at this current moment. So actually, that is what you need to know. It is that you have prevented some kind of a crisis uh, for yourself, or maybe for someone that is about to visit you, and that you are going to be quite pleased and satisfied with the result even more and more as the time goes forward. Okay, next, Kenny. Because like I said, Shona say, I thought that maybe it's some kind of a mold that may cause an infection, but it turns out that that's not the case. You're welcome. And yeah, for Baba Vanga, Baba actually means grandma. It's a Bulgarian word, and it means grandma. So she was talking to an entity, and that entity was telling her stuff, and all stuff that she couldn't possibly know. And she was saying things to a frightening accuracy. For example, you don't get to schedule an hour with her. In front of her house, there were crowds of people, camping there, living there in a hope for her to call them. So she's gonna go out of her house and she's gonna tell your three names, okay? And only then you can enter. So she basically, that entity that was speaking to her, tells her who to call with the three names that she can't possibly know, right? Because you go there, you don't write yourself anywhere, you just lay your camper out, or your blanket on the grass, and you just lay there and live there, and you wait for her to call you, if she ever calls you. I don't know about that, but the thing is that right now there is a lot of prophecies of hers that she actually never talked about. In fact, there is one tape of her that the reporter, she was on a death's door, a death's bed, and the reporter asked her, "Do you see a third world war?" And she said, "A third world war? Syria haven't fallen yet." So that is gonna be the trigger. When Syria falls, that's gonna trigger, at least according to her, a third world war. And Syria fell recently, guys. I mean, that's freaking scary. Yeah, she was blinded by tornado. All right, Kenny. These are the cards for your career. So let me give you a time frame. The time frame is by March, mid of March next year. Okay, so a freaking long time. Which time, for the most part, is going to be quite chaotic, and throughout this uncertain times, there are going to be a lot of turnarounds. One day you may think that you are about to lose your job, while on the next day there is going to be a major breakthroughs. And you're going to have that feeling of insecurity when it comes to your job, your business, and in generally your career. But this is exactly what it is, right? Just feeling. And this feeling will be prone to create in you a lot of fantasies for the doom and gloom, like your business is falling apart, for example, that any moment you're going to get fired, that this client ain't going to place a purchase order. And if you give in to those fantasies, you are prone to deviate from the path that you are meant to walk. And that is a path of a changing your situation into a situation that the your efforts will produce reciprocal results. So colossal efforts, colossal rewards. So do you have a private business, Kenny? Because this is what it looks like. And throughout these few months, actually half a year to be exact, because a little bit more than a half a year, a lot of projects that are now leaning toward failure actually will reverse and will end up being quite successful. So it's important not to give up until the very last minute, and even in the last minute you shouldn't give up, because at the very last minute it's very possible to have a saving grace there. Clients are gonna change, but the concept is gonna stay. He's trying to start one. All right, so yeah, well, actually, that explains it, Yasmin. This is what helps him, the death card. It is the end of one thing that no longer serves a purpose and the start of one from the same caliber or from the same field that will now be a growing thing, all right? Is going to be a thing of life. So he may have, I don't want to lie to Kenny, right? He probably is gonna have some or a few fail starts or delay starts, right? He may struggle finding clients or finding place, but ultimately by the mid of March next year, if he does not give up, he's gonna have one established that is going to produce just as much money and just as much resources as Kenny throws efforts in it. Again, colossal efforts, colossal rewards. But he will be able to start one for as long as he does not give uh, to the initial pressure. Because when you start something, and I know that for certain because I had a few fresh starts, I am almost 40 and I already started more times than my first, started over more times than my first digit. Um, so I know what it is. You throw so much work into it at start and you see almost nothing in return, and that is very discouraging. Don't discourage, mate. uh, by the middle of March, if you are consistent and you are opportunistic and you don't give up, you will have one established for yourself and it will produce really, really good results. And above everything else, Knight of Cups here, that person holds the cup in front of himself and it is chasing it. The cup is a symbol of thy dreams and also thy wishes. So that business will be exactly the one you wish it to be, and exactly in the form and in the version of that you deem what you have always wanted, right? And it will be a successful one. What is that freaking fly? So, but the start is going to be pretty rough, and that is your reading, Kenny, about your career. Okay, next, Jasmine. So, Jasmine, you want to know? Oh, that's great, Jasmine. Okay. So Jasmine, you want to know whether the headaches you do have with your new place are going to have a satisfactory resolution? So let's have a look. Those are the cards, Jasmine. I really want to say yes. Not exactly. It will be satisfactory, but I don't know if there is going to be so-called resolution, more of a compensation. You know, for example, let's say that this new place of yours has a mold, and you are expecting, you know, your landlord to fix it. They tell you that they can't fix it. You can either fix it yourself and they could deduct it from the rent, or they can lower your rent altogether because of it. That is just for example here. Okay. Thinking on moving again within the next 6 months, you will definitely gonna have more than one place that is gonna be better than that one. However, moving is gonna be your choice. But this place that you are in, at least according to these cards, in the near future is not gonna turn out to be the place you will be content living into, like in a long term, right? But you can definitely extract a lot of gain from the situation that you are in right now when it comes to those headaches that it is causing you. And that will be from a compensation. But in order to, you know, get that, you need to be quite opportunistic and can I put it into words, active and vocal about the issues that you are facing there. So it will be livable, right? And it's not like it's gonna bother you, but like being content into living there, not exactly. And last but not least, News Devon, which wants to know what does she needs to know. Those are cards, News Devon. So they work in both fronts, career and also love life. What you need to know is that this is going to be a couple of weeks in which you are going to be overloaded. I don't want to say overwhelmed because it's not exactly being overwhelmed, more like a overloaded with a lot of responsibilities and a lot of tasks when it comes to your job. And the reason for that is that because at that given point, you'll be the only one who will have the capability to do them. So you're going to be in a high demand when it comes to your work and your job. Relationship wise, in these, or love life wise, in these couple of weeks, if you don't have a partner, the energy is going to introduce you to someone who will end up just, you know, liking you for who you are. You're going to be perfect fit for them. The question is going to be whether they are going to be perfect fit for you. And these couple of weeks are going to be the rules establishing and the gauge whether that person is capable to fit within those criterias of yours or not. And ultimately, you're going to have the final say here, whether things are going to work out in between you two or not, without you losing the esteem of your personal sovereignty and self you know, say a freedom was the word that I was searching for. While if you are in a relationship, it's a negotiating time to reallocate, so to speak, the responsibilities that are everyone is attending to in the relationship, because at that point one is taking a bit more than the other, and this waning moon is going to be a phase of the moon where that is going to be fixed, righting the wrong. Well, like I said, they will like you very much. The question is whether you're gonna like them. Right, guys and girls, this is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you, guys and girls. And we're gonna see each other next time, and tomorrow evening, most likely, at latest the day after tomorrow in the morning, your weekly readings are going to be released. So stay tuned for that as well. We're going to see each other Sunday. Until then, bye.